Well, so many people have asked me, what are you up to? You're from Uganda, pretty poor country, and you're moving to El Salvador, another poor country. That's kind of odd. Why is that? And let me tell you what. Of course, in this world, people are looking for, different economies. If you're from this economy, you want to move to a different economy. Why? Because the reason is economic. Well, mine is not. Mine is calling. I believe and I know that God has called me here to El Salvador. And when it comes to calling, it's not about what I want. It's about what the one who called me wants. I do not write my job description. He writes my job description. I am not here to accomplish my purposes and my plans. I am here to accomplish his. That is the difference. And it is not a job that I know how to do. Like, I didn't study to be called. No, he called me, and now he is teaching me to do that, which he has called me to do. And it's not about, as a white, collar job where, you go to study and the formula is always, A plus B will equal C or whatever it is. No, we depend on a daily basis knowing that it is him, and so we depend on God to tell us and to guide us and to lead us on how he wants things to be done. For example, we are here to take care of the orphan and abandoned children. Well, the truth is, it's a huge thing. And it's not just building structures and having children there. No, we have to go back. How does he want it to be done? Rather than how are we going to do it? Because it's not us doing it, but him doing it through us. And that is calling. And calling is different from just a conviction or an emotion. Because if it is an emotion, it doesn't last. If you feel, oh, it's just a great idea, to go down to El Salvador and take care of, orphans. If it is just an idea, which is great, it won't last. If it is an emotion, maybe because you saw some pictures of really very, poor children who are starving and begging in the streets, and you think, oh, I want to do a good act, and I'm just going to go down to El Salvador and take care of children. That emotion is only going to last for a few days, maybe a few months, a year at most. And you know what? You will say, no, this is not for me. And that will be the truth, because you were not called to come and do that. But if you are called, regardless of what comes your way, regardless of the obstacles that you will meet, there is nothing else that you will be there to do. Meaning, in your life, there is nothing that there is nothing that you feel you're called to do. It's like, this is it for me, and that is it for us. It is taking care of the orphan and abandoned children. I mean, in this community and in the communities around here, they're full of violence. And you know how many people get killed in El Salvador every day? At least 300. And in the last newspaper that I read, from January to 18th October, 3,492 killings were recorded or reported, and that was a police report. And those were the ones that were reported. And that is calling. And yet, deep inside my heart, I am so secure. You know why? Because I am doing what I have been called to do. And so my message, to different congregations and to everyone who calls himself Christian is, why are you Christian? Jesus Christ gave us a commission and said, go. And that is regardless of who you are. It is general, go. But in our going, we are actually going to be doing different things. We are not all gifted in preaching. We are not all going to be evangelists. Some of us will be teachers. Some of us are gifted in teaching. We are gifted in different ways. Others, they are just gifted in giving. They are so generous, and that's what they love. They can't do anything other than giving. Well, that is their gifting. That is the way that they are serving the body of Christ. That is, their conviction, the God-given purpose. And now the most important thing as a Christian is to understand what is my part in the kingdom. Is it just to sit around as a good person, or sit around criticizing and complaining? Or do you really believe there is something deep down in your heart that you're sitting on, and you are so terrified of the fear of leaving your comfort zone to go out and reach out to the lost souls and be a blessing to them? And in most cases, people want to go where they can benefit. People want to go where they will be blessed. To me, the blessing is that you are doing God's will. Jesus is a perfect example, in that. He said, remember, the story of, Jesus and this woman in the well in Samaria. His disciples left to go get food in the city, and when he came back, he found him speaking with this woman, and they urged him to eat. And what did he say? I have meat that you do not know of, and that meat is the will of his Father, doing the will of his Father. That is a delicacy, and that should be us also today, knowing what our delicacy is, knowing what our meat is, knowing what our purpose of existence is, not just being good people. Being good in itself as a Christian is not like an achievement. That is who we are supposed to be. We're supposed to be good people, but then that is not the end result. It's like, I am Samuel, but that doesn't mean anything. So then I have to do that I am called to do. Not just being a good person. That's not the end product. The end product is that we lead the lost souls to Christ. We share the good news. We share the truth and set people free from deception, from the lies of the enemy, and lead them to God. I mean, that is our ultimate. However we do it. It could be through supporting someone who is on the go to reach out a community like this. It could be being on your knees, praying for. If that is what you're called, then do it diligently and faithfully. And that's what I'm talking about. It's not all about us going, because we're not all, called to be in the jungle here. But identify your part. Okay, identify your part and do it diligently.